Hi, my name is Nicole, and this video is about Tastytrade's Risk Analysis Tool. Today we're exploring one of the most powerful yet underutilized features in the Tastytrade desktop trading software, their Risk Analysis Tool. Whether you're selling naked puts, strangles, or trading complex multi-leg strategies, understanding how to use risk analysis tools can be the difference between profitable trading and margin calls. Let's begin by taking a look at the capital requirement window. The capital requirement window shows you exactly how your buying power is being utilized across all open positions. This is especially true of traders who are trading undefined risk strategies like naked puts or short strangles. This tool can be very important around earnings announcements or other major market events because clearing firms might suddenly increase margin requirements, and traders need to know which positions are affected. So let's hop into the Tastytrade platform here and show you how to bring up the Cap Rec window. I'm in the Positions tab. You can see that my portfolio basically consists of various positions in one underlying IBIT. So there's the Cap Rec window. I select that button and a separate window populates here. And right now we have the Risk Analysis tab highlighted, but now I'm going to select the Cap Requirement tab, where I'm going to make sure that all my positions are selected, and I'm going to open the drop-down arrows to give detail on every individual position I have within IBIT in the portfolio. And you can see here it gives me detailed breakdown on the capital requirement, not only for the whole position, but for each individual position in the portfolio. And here there's the requirement, buying power usage, initial requirement, and maintenance buying power requirement. So this is something that you would want to look at regularly in order to understand how the buying power is being utilized in your portfolio. Now let's talk about the risk analysis tool and risk arrays. This risk array layout shows you the theoretical profit or loss of your positions under different market scenarios, and it's built on the Black-Scholes options pricing model, giving you sophisticated institutional level analysis. This is a screenshot of the risk analysis window, and you can see that I have all the positions in my portfolio populated in this window. First, let's begin by taking a look at the evaluation date here. So eval at. Today's date is populated 6/13/2025, and in a second we're going to show you that we can change that date if you want to check out how your portfolio may behave across time. But for now, just know that today's date is selected, and you can change the date in the software as you need to when analyzing your risk. Next, let's take a look at this area here titled Override. And this is an area that you can select to beta weight all the positions in your portfolio if that's appropriate for you. In this particular case, I'm not going to do that because I only hold one underlying and I simply just have a lot of different positions in that one underlying. So beta weighting the portfolio to, for example, SPY isn't going to be very helpful. Next, IV shift. In this drop-down menu here, you can select whether you want to analyze shifts in IV in points or percent changes. And here I have points. And even though this says 5%, this means it would be analyzing a change in volatility plus or minus 5. Okay, and next we have the totals column here. And what this represents is what the total value of your portfolio would theoretically do based on different assumptions with price changes and implied volatility when running the risk analysis software. What we're looking at here are increments of 5. And I had the portfolio software assume a fall of 50% and a rise of 50% in IBIT. And this is going to take that assumption and break it down into lots of 5. So because I want to analyze what the positions would do from 0 to 50%, and there are 5 columns here, it's going to take the price reductions in 10% increments. So we can see here, this is what IBIT would do if it fell 10%. This is what IBIT would look like if it fell 20%, 30%, and so on. Conversely, this is what the position would look like if IBIT was up 10%, 20%, 30%, etc. Okay, so that's the assumption there. And then finally, we can look at what each individual trade would do based on those assumptions in these columns here. So let's just take the two extremes. And we can see here that I have 1,542 shares of IBIT. And if IBIT were to fall by 50%, the value of that amount of shares in the portfolio would go down by $46,229. Next, we see that I'm long a call, and the value of that call would go down by $96. And then we see I am short some individual calls at various expiration cycles here. And you can see that those positions would increase in value, which makes sense because they're short calls. If IBIT were to fall 50%, and if we were to see a 5% or 5 points, boost in implied volatility throughout all the expirations, which to see implied volatility jump consistently across all strikes and all expirations isn't realistic, but this just gives you a pretty good idea and gets you in the ballpark of what to expect should something like that happen. And then let's take the other extreme. If IBIT were to go up by 50%, the value of the shares that I own would go up by $46,245. The value of the long call that I own that expires in 63 days, if that were to happen in short order, would go up by 1,658. And this is what would happen to the short calls. Now remember, these short calls are covered calls. So I do own shares against those calls. And so this is what the overall value of the portfolio would look like should that happen today. So instead of analyzing each individual trade in isolation, traders should look at how the entire position or portfolio behaves. This is how professional traders think about risk on a portfolio level. So let's hop into the software and play around with this live so that you can get a sense of how this works in practicality. So before you want to analyze anything in the portfolio, you want to refresh all the data. And you do this by clicking the refresh button on price and IV, price and positions as shown here. Next, I want to show you the override area, which allows you to beta weight your portfolio if you so choose. I'm not going to do that, but if you wanted to, you'd select beta weighting and you'd populate the box there with the ticker that you wanted the portfolio beta weighted to. Oftentimes that's going to be SPY. Next, we're going to look at the IV shift area of the risk analysis software. And here you can see that you can select percent or points. And when I want to play with looking at different changes in implied volatility, I prefer to look at it on a point basis, but some people might prefer to look at it on a percentage basis, so you can make that change there. And when you change the points, you can see that the values in the risk array change because implied volatility affects options prices. And so when you input different assumptions about what implied volatility might do, that is going to change how your portfolio will behave. So you can play around with those numbers too. Next, I'm going to highlight the area here about the price assumption. And you can see that the current setting is for an assumption of price to fall by 50% as well as increase by 50%. And because we have 5 columns for each scenario, the software is going to take the 50% and divide that by 5, and that's going to give us 10% incremental price changes. So you can see here that I ended up changing it to negative 25% and 50% on the upside. And I'm just going to highlight here the individual positions. And we can see, looking at this, what those different position values would look like on a daily P&L change based on whether the market fell 25%, 20%, 15%, etc., or went up by 10%, 20, 30, 40, and 50. And here I'm just going to highlight the extreme here of negative 25% drop. And you can see that the outstanding shares of IBIT in the portfolio would fall by a value of $23,014 on the day. The long call would fall by $95. And this is how the long puts, this is how the short puts would behave. And finally, the software would total all those values up And you can just take a quick look at the totals section here to see what the value of your overall portfolio would look like based on those underlying price changes and any changes in implied volatility that you entered into the software. And then this is an area where you can change the dates. So options lose value with time, and you can go ahead and see how the portfolio might behave over time by using the calendar drop-down menu there. So a lot of functionality in here to analyze different areas and see how your portfolio would behave under different risk scenarios. Now let's take a look at how we can analyze a potential trade that I'm thinking about putting on. I'm going to go into the Trade tab and analyze what it would look like in the risk software if I went ahead and populated purchasing one SPY call option at the 600 strike price in the December 18th, 2026 expiration cycle. I would populate that trade, go to the Positions tab, and bring up the cap rec. I would make sure that the current positions in the portfolio are deselected and head over to the Risk Analysis tab. Clear the order legs and populate the order leg that's in the Trade tab section. So there you can see that's how I populate a potential trade I'm thinking about doing. And you can see how that trade might do under various price and implied volatility scenarios. Now let's see if we can compare that to selling a very close to the money cash secured put in SPY for the July 18th, 2025 expiration cycle, which is in 35 days. So I'm going to populate selling the 595 strike put option in SPY. I'm going to the cap requirement, and I'm going to click plus order legs. And you can see here now both potential orders are populated in the risk software, even though we did not send them through and they are not part of the portfolio. And now we can kind of compare how those two positions would behave under various price and implied volatility scenarios. And I'm just going to highlight each position here just to make it a little bit easier to see. So we can see what the long call would do if the market went up in 4% increments, and we can see what it would do if it went down in 4% increments. And here I'm playing with implied volatility. And you can see here that they're very, very different trades, and their risk profiles reflect that. And here I can play with the implied volatility for that individual strike price in this column here. So something we didn't discuss in the previous slides, but you can get a little more nuanced if you want by playing around with implied volatility changes there as well. And you can deselect the different positions if you want to just take a look at what the overall portfolio might look like under these different scenarios. So let's talk about some key takeaways. The capital requirement window monitors buying power in real time. Check this regularly when managing your portfolio. Use the risk array to stress test your positions on a regular basis. I do this daily. This tool can also be used to test new strategies. These tools separate amateur traders from professionals, and they're available for free on the Tastytrade desktop platform. Use them. This video is for educational purposes only and does not constitute investment, financial, or trading advice. No recommendations to buy or sell securities are being made. All examples are hypothetical and for illustration only. All investments carry risk, including the possible loss of principal. Options trading involves significant risk and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Consult a qualified financial advisor before implementing any strategy and review your financial situation, risk tolerance, cost, fees, and tax implications. Options trading requires broker approval, and not all strategies are permitted in all account types. Returns shown are hypothetical and not guaranteed. Market conditions may change quickly, and results will vary based on market performance, timing, and execution. Read characteristics and risks of standardized options from your broker or at www.optionsclearing.com before trading options.